Hello, I'm Dr. Kenneth Goldberg, and I'm the author of The Homework Trap: How to Save the Sanity of Parents, Students, and Teachers. In today's Washington Post, there's an article called Untapped Strategy for Ed Reform Summer Learning. It's by Gary Huggins, and in the article, he discusses the importance of summer learning programs. I'm a psychologist and not an educator, but I've been following the discussion on summer learning programs with some sense of alarm. Because in addition to this article, I've also seen this topic come up on teacher discussion blogs and boards, and in it seems like the things that teachers are talking about is what to assign students to do during the summer. I'd like to note that this article by Gary Huggins is very good. It's very instructive to me as a non-educator to look at it and give thoughtful consideration to the whole question of what kids do during the summer. But I get concerned about the translation of this article that talks about research and theory, how it gets translated into practice, which then becomes give kids more to do at home under the guidance of their parents without any direction, i.e. homework. According to the article, if you look at the article as a layperson, as I am in a way when it comes to educational matters, you could have a lot of thoughts, and I have had a lot of thoughts. And I look at the article and I think, well, what does it mean? Does it mean we should have a longer regular school year, maybe a 1 month vacation instead of two? Does it mean we should have a longer regular school year, but that extra month be used for something that's educational, that's recreational, quasi-educational, something that involves summer fun along with some educational component? Does it mean that there should be access to educational programs in the summer? Should there be programs for the students who are particularly motivated to learn during the summer to increase their skills should have access to those programs? Does it mean that there should be programs available in areas that don't have access to other recreational and educational options? There are parts of our country where there's poverty, where there's crime, where kids don't really have things to do after school during the regular school year, and may not really have much to do during the summer. And maybe for these kids there should be options that allow them to use their time in meaningful ways that people perhaps with more means have a better chance of on their own constructing summers for the kids that have more options. I don't know. I'm just talking off the top of my head. I saw the article this morning, and probably if I think about it for another couple of hours, I'll come up with some other pieces to what I'm saying. But the point is, you go from the research to the implementation, and the problem is that historically what we've done is we've taken things that concern us, ideas that come from educators, ideas that come from research, social concerns, and we translate it into more homework. We did that when Sputnik came out. We had a sense of national alarm about where we were compared to the Russians. Prior to that, homework was not particularly valued as a societal-wide practice, so we gave kids more to do at home. The article came out, A Nation at Risk, concern with us in competition with the Japanese, and we added more homework. No Child Left Behind came up. We wanted to teach to the test. We wanted to improve education, more homework. And what happens is up and down the line, we make educational decisions based on social concerns, based on national concerns, based on educational theory and educational concerns, and then we translate it into co-opting the home from the parent and giving the child more to do there. And it's a negative direction to go in because it ends up putting children in a position where they have to teach themselves, putting parents in a position where they have to teach their children, and above, which is not bad. I mean, parents are the first teachers for children. They teach children things before the kids even get to school. But it involves putting them in that role and co-opting their authority, and that over the long run for many children is going to have negative implications. For some families, it's not an issue. It just coincides with the family norms and with who the parents are, and it's not a problem. But then what happens is we look at the parents for whom this is an interference of their own plans, an interference of the way in which they construct their families, and then we get critical of these parents. We act as if something's wrong with these parents, and then we put more and more pressure on the kids. So, interesting article. I recommend reading it, but I do caution about drawing the implication um, um, that seems to be appearing in teacher discussions, which is, so what should we do about this summer learning slump? And the answer is give the kids more to do during the summer. Not give the kids more programs, not give the kids more well thought out methods to combat the summer slump, but just give them more to do and expect that if they do it, if they read a book, that's going to have some bearing on the research that is reported in this article. Thank you.